They said it was just an urban legend, something you hear in alleyway whispers, shared in static-ridden forums at 3 a.m. A shadow that didn't belong. A scream too deep to be human. But I know what I saw. I recorded it, I bled for it, and if you're watching this, if you're still here, you need to understand something before it finds you. This isn't just a werewolf. This isn't just a dogman. This is a hybrid creature. And it doesn't care about the moon anymore. I was a field recorder for a cryptid documentaries, nothing serious. We chased ghost stories and Bigfoot footprints. Never found anything but beer cans and boredom. Then we got that call midtown. An ambulance driver swore he saw something huge bolt across 8th Avenue on all fours, then upright, then gone. It left claw marks on his rig. I shouldn't have gone. We didn't know about the murders yet, didn't know about the reports of howling in subway tunnels. Didn't know that the bloodlines, Dogman and Werewolf, had already crossed. I thought it was a prank, but then I saw the scratch pattern on the alley wall, not vertical like a bear, not a dog paw either. It looked almost intentional, like something intelligent, something marking, something claiming. They call it wolf blood in the old stories. But this thing, it didn't wait for the full moon. It waited for us. We didn't even know it was hunting us until midnight. That's when Chris vanished. 1 second he was behind me, the next silence, except for the sniffing, heavy close I ran. I kept the camera rolling like an idiot, but I saw it leap, like a man, like a dog, like a nightmare. The hybrid creature moved like it knew every inch of the city, like it was born from its darkest corners. You're thinking it's a hoax, but I have the footage, the blood, the scars. You're thinking this is a story, but legends are just warnings people forgot to take seriously. If you're still here, leave a mark, whisper your name, or forget it. Because once this thing knows you're watching, it watches back, and I think it's learning. After Chris disappeared, the city didn't feel the same. It wasn't just the fear, it was something else. Like the city itself knew, like it had changed, just slightly. The shadows clung longer, the alleys smelled like rust and wet fur, and the air, it buzzed, like every metal surface had static beneath it. I tried telling myself he just slipped off, or maybe he bailed. But then the missing person reports started stacking. And it wasn't just us anymore. 5 people. Across 5 boroughs. Different nights, same pattern. No signs of forced entry, but always claw marks, always deep, jagged. Like something angry had been there. And the strangest thing? Every site had one thing in common. An old city tunnel, storm drains, utility corridors, subway access. The places beneath our feet, forgotten, rotting. I started dreaming about them. The tunnels, the teeth, and the word that kept scratching at the inside of my skull. Wolf blood, like a memory that wasn't mine. People online started whispering, not just about werewolves, not even about dogmen, something new, something faster, meaner, smarter. I started researching city deaths, found an old cryptozoology article from 1973. It mentioned canid hybrids during a wave of disappearances in the Bronx. The reporter called them the watchers with torn mouths. It said, unlike the werewolf, these things don't change back. They wear their skins like armor. They don't hide in the woods. They hide in plain sight. That's when I found the map. Every tunnel, every attack, connected like veins feeding something. I followed the trail to a warehouse. Shuttered for years. No record in city databases, no maintenance. But inside, it stank, not of rot, of musk, old fur, and copper, like something was bleeding out. Slowly, I found clawed footprints in concrete dust, huge, inhuman, but bipedal, and the walls were scratched with something else. Symbols, spiral patterns, like warnings or invitations, whatever this hybrid creature was. It wasn't just hunting, it was nesting, spreading. I left that night with more questions than answers. But the city didn't let go. Sirens never stopped. People said they could hear scratching under the subways, even worse. Some said they dreamed of it before they vanished. That's when I knew it wasn't just a monster. It was becoming something else. An idea, a sickness, a myth wrapped in blood and steel and echo. It knew the tunnels. It knew our scent. And it was marking. More than walls, it was marking people. You don't need the woods to go feral. You just need to forget who you are. And the wolf blood makes that real easy. You ever felt a sound? Not heard it. Felt it in your chest, behind your ribs, like something knocking from the inside? That's what it was like the night I went back underground, not to chase it. Not really, to make sure it wasn't real. Because if it was, I already knew I wouldn't survive it. There's a dead zone under Lexington. No trains run, no power. The old tunnels just breathe down there. I brought 3 cameras, 1 chest mount, 1 motion rig, and a drone I barely knew how to fly. I told myself I'd just get the layout, record some ambience, maybe catch some weird noises for the next podcast episode. But I found bones, human maybe, maybe not, picked clean, arranged in a spiral, like a compass, like it was pointing at something. And that's when I heard the breathing, not mine, not close, not human. It wasn't hiding anymore, it was waiting. Then the light overhead flickered, and the drone's feed started to glitch. It ran on 2 legs, then dropped to all 4s like liquid muscle. Like it didn't care what it was, just that it was coming. I ran for too long, through water, rust, trash. But the sound never got farther. The breathing stayed with me, inside me, and I realized something horrible as I collapsed behind an old service door. It wasn't chasing me to kill me, it was chasing me to infect me. I could feel it. That thing from the dreams, the twitch under my skin, the sudden hatred of light, the urge to breathe lower. It wasn't just out there, it was in here, the beast inside. It didn't attack, not then. It stared, let me see it, like it knew. I was halfway gone already. That's how it works. This hybrid creature doesn't need to kill you. It just needs to let you live long enough to finish the change. It marks you, it watches you. It waits until the city finishes what it started. I haven't slept in 2 days. Every time I close my eyes, I see it behind them. The spiral, the eyes, the grin. It's inside me. Like a frequency you can't shut off, like hunger that isn't yours. I don't know how long I have. But I know one thing for sure. It's not just a legend anymore. It's not a dog, not a wolf, not a man. It's what comes after. It's the city's answer to everything we buried in concrete and called progress. It's the beast inside. The change isn't just in my skin anymore. It's in my thoughts. I can smell things I shouldn't. Hear movement in the plumbing. Feel emotions that aren't mine, and worse, I don't want it to stop. I went back to the warehouse, not to escape, to understand. Because if this thing is using me, I need to know why. There's an old legend buried in Osage stories and Michigan Dogman sightings. One barely whispered. They called it the crossbreed. When wolf blood and forest stalker share one vessel, the city will no longer be ruled by men. They will not wait for the moon. They will not fear the sun. They are the dawn between. It wasn't just prophecy, it was instructions. They're building something. A species, a hybrid creature designed for survival in this age, not the wilds. The alleys, the sewers, the servers, us. It doesn't bite to convert, it doesn't need to. It uses fear, it watches, and when you're afraid enough, you open the door for it. I thought I was investigating, but I'd been the delivery system this whole time. It's using the tech, the tunnels, the infrastructure. What if it's not the only one? What if the city is a hive? What if we're already living inside something? No, it's still me. I can hold on, I can document, but someone needs to see this. Not just listen. You need to know how it spreads. Through fear, through city myths, through screens. Every spiral is a signal. Every scream in the distance is a calling card. You're thinking it's a hoax again, that I'm paranoid, sick, crazy. Maybe I am. But crazy people don't leave behind matching footage from 5 different boroughs. Crazy people don't all draw the same spiral before they disappear. And crazy people don't all dream about the same thing. A city where the rooftops aren't safe, where the walls breathe, where the predators walk upright and talk like you. I saw a man tear his own face off in Union Square. Not screaming, smiling. Like he was being reborn. You think I'm the storyteller? I'm the warning. You're next, because now you've heard it. And if you're still watching, share this before it watches someone else. It started 3 nights ago. The spiral burned itself into my wall. Not spray paint, not drawn seared, like it grew there. Then the messages started. I changed phones. I moved buildings, didn't matter. It's not stalking me anymore. It's preparing me, and I think the city's in on it. The power grid failed on the east side last night. All security cams near the tunnels gone. Every CCTV line routed through one server, one location. I traced it. It's all connected. The sightings, the spirals, the urban legends we ignored. They weren't scattered myths, they were a blueprint. I thought I was the witness, now I know. I'm the keystone. I went there last night. I shouldn't have. There were others. 5, maybe 6, not human, but not hybrids either. They were changing, twitching, like glitches in flesh, like their bodies hadn't decided what they wanted to. I hid, but one of them sniffed the air and said my name. It had my voice. It used my voice. They aren't just evolving, they're stealing identity now, testing it, and when they're ready, no one will know who's real anymore. I only have a day or two left before it finishes. Whatever this infection is, it's syncing with the city's signals, using the networks. It's not just body horror, it's information horror, a broadcast parasite, and we're all tuned in. I found a data node, city archive room, old server racks, mostly dust, but something was there. A heartbeat, digital, every motion sensor synced to one rhythm. One thing breathing in and out through blinking LEDs. I tried to shut it down, but the system just flashed one message over and over. Don't interrupt the awakening. You still think this is a story? You think I'm dramatic? Look out your window. Do you hear the sirens? Do you smell that copper tang in the air? Those aren't coincidences. Those are signals. I used to think this was about Dogman versus Werewolf, forest monster versus ancient curse. But it's not a fight, it's a fuse. And the explosion is almost here. It's a reboot of the myth, rebuilt in concrete and surveillance. No more lone monsters howling at the moon. The new breed walks between us. They don't howl, they listen, and when they smile, it's with all our faces. They don't want to kill the city, they want to become it, and I think they already have. This is the last thing I'll record. No more theories, no more maps or spirals or stories. Just truth, ugly, pulsing, breathing. It's here, I'm here. And I know what I am now. I made it back to the power station, alone, no signal, no backup. But I brought something they didn't expect. Memory. Whatever this hybrid creature is, it feeds on fear, yes, but it also feeds on forgetting, on apathy, on silence. So I spoke. I screamed names into the tunnels. Chris, Lena, Aaron people. They tried to erase, and the building answered. It's not just a monster, it's every version of one. Dogman's snout, werewolf limbs, human posture, eyes like surveillance cameras, joints that move like glitches. Its mouth is full of voices, mine, yours, ours. It didn't attack, not right away. It studied me, like a priest studies scripture, like I was the final verse of its becoming. I felt something open in me. A door, no lock, no key, just a yes and the spiral. It wasn't a symbol, it was a command. I had two choices, run or finish what they started. But I remembered what the old text said. The hybrid becomes what the witness believes. That's when I made my choice. I looked it in the eye and I whispered one word. Stop. It shattered something in the space between us. A pause, a glitch, for just a second. I saw all of them, the others stuck inside, begging through teeth that weren't theirs, and I knew I had to join them, because if I didn't, it would find another host, another city, another name. So I did the only thing I could, and I let it in, not out of fear, but to trap it, to hold it, name it, own it. The hybrid creature doesn't win by killing you, it wins by becoming you. But I became it. First, if you see this, don't come find me, don't chase the sound, don't follow the spiral, because now, I am it, and I'm holding the door shut from the inside. You're still here, you watched, you listened, you followed the spiral to its center. That means it worked. The door is still shut. For now, they won't tell you what happened. The city will pretend it was nothing, just another blackout, a systems failure, a gas leak, a series of unrelated disappearances. But you saw it, and it saw you. I left breadcrumbs behind, pieces of memory to keep the story alive, because that's the only way to hold it now. Stories are stronger than concrete. Belief lasts longer than blood. If even one of you remembers what we were, it can't fully take over what we are, but if we forget, if we stop speaking, it wins, it becomes. There's no full moon, no silver bullets, no final scream, just slow, quiet becoming. That's the horror. It doesn't want your body. It wants your permission. It waits until you're tired, alone, numb, scrolling, watching. And when you do nothing, that's when it reaches through the glass and breathes. Now you've seen it, and it's seen you before the next full moon. Mark your screen. Let the others know. Keep the story alive. Speak the name of the hybrid creature one last time. Because if we forget it, it doesn't die, it wins. And for those who hunger for more, step deeper into the shadows with our ultimate werewolf horror playlist, linked in the description below. In the world of horror, the scariest things happen when you least expect them. And trust me, you don't want to be left in the dark. Welcome to the darkness.